The fact that 20 veterans are taking their life every day is a tragedy.
It's happening too much, and something has to be done.
My heart goes out to any veteran suffering. I mean, I think all of our hearts go out to our veterans who are struggling.
The way I see post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is that someone is haunted by something that happened to them in the past. The haunting nature of it comes out in re-experiencing symptoms, so nightmares and flashbacks. In general, people with PTSD are very avoidant. In general, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to think about it.
He was a typical boy. During school, he would play ball and like to go fishing, like to go hunting. His dad had been in the Army, and I think Brandon decided he wanted to do one up on his dad and join the Marines. He was in the Marine Corps from 2004 to 2008, and then he got out and missed that, so then he joined the Army National Guard.
The rest of the morning was spent picking up body parts, still warm and perfect condition like they had just fallen off the owner. My Marines were crying and I yelled at them, calling them demeaning names and to man up. This day caused so many feelings and emotions in me.
It was just kind of a roller coaster. He was either really good or he was kind of in a very dark place. Brandon had issues with substance abuse. When he would have, he had surgeries, so he would be taking, pills for that, and then that would be something that he would abuse. And at one point, he eventually started using heroin. And he, went for help during those times, and he would get better, and then he would kind of go back to that again. On July 7th, he went to the VA and asked to be admitted. He asked to be admitted to the psych ward. And they told him no, that the beds were full and he needed to go home and take his medication.
The traumatic events I struggle with occurred as a direct result of combat. Although this particular event occurred over 7 years ago, I struggle immensely with the devastation and chaos that ensued. Not only did I get a no, but 3 reasons of no, based on me not being f***ed up enough. They gave up on me, so why shouldn't I give up on myself?
I have a hole in my heart that is awful. I never thought this would ever happen.
When we send somebody off to defend our country, when somebody serves, you're sending their entire family with them. And the impact of when people are coming back from conflict is not just on that service member, but the entire family. And so I totally understand how difficult situations are. I can't even imagine the pain that a mother like Brandon's mother is going through. And I do believe that we need to not only reach out and support them, but also learn how we can avoid such a tragedy from ever happening again.
I did grow up on the reservation in New Mexico, small reservation called Santo Domingo Pueblo, and then moved from there, and then finished kind of growing up in Arizona on the Fort Apache Indian Reservation. And then from there I joined the Navy. Seeing the first casualties there, seeing the first group of Marines die, it was real. It became real, you know, and some of those images still stay with me today, you know. When I got back from Iraq, it was, you know, people talked about PTSD, and I was thinking, well, why don't I feel anything like that? I was basically prescribed sleep medications, antidepressants, and basically sent out the door. Somehow, I ran into an organization called Veterans for Entheogenic Therapy. Ayahuasca is naturally occurring DMT that's, you know, plant-based. It's an indigenous medicine or form of, it's a hallucinogen, but it was used ceremonially back in Peru and South America. A while after I took the medicine, I started to sift through those questions that I've always had, you know, like, how do I get back to who I was and who I am? Who am I, you know?
It has been demonstrated under a strict clinical environment that some hallucinogenic drugs can actually be very beneficial to veterans coming to grips with their post-traumatic stress.
I started receiving answers, whether it was produced by my own intuition or whether it was inspired by being in an altered state. But those answers are some of the sanest things that I've come to know.
Now, as a scientist, I look to see, well, where is the evidence? Does this work? Sometimes the person who just continues to feel hopeless will reach out to other things that they may think have an impact upon them, and if they do and it's helping them, okay. But I want them to be careful about that, because sometimes the treatment can be more harmful, and sometimes it can delay effective treatment.
We don't condone using hallucinogens, but we do understand that conditions that particularly impact veterans, where there aren't approaches to therapy that are showing consistent cures, that people are looking for new alternatives and exploring different ways. And the VA is part of that.
The Veterans Empowerment Organization is a transitional and permanent housing solution for homeless veterans here in the Metro Atlanta area, and we serve up to 100 veterans at a time. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. I happen to have bipolar disorder with depressive, and I've struggled with it ever since I got out of the military. I know that the VEO works. I know that this program works because I'm one of the success stories. The VEO, Veterans Empowerment Organization, began with one man. His name is Franz Fortune, and he's an immigrant from Haiti. He has a huge heart.
I started this organization back in 2006. When I heard in the news there were 300,000 homeless veterans in the country. So my objective is to welcome a veteran. When they say I'm homeless, I don't ask any question first. At least 50% of a veteran are some type of mental health And of course, a lot of them have substance abuse in a case that because of their mental health lead to substance abuse. When those veterans serve, they don't serve the VA, they don't serve the government, they serve all of us. Regardless with our war, we watch the news, we get over every day, go about our business. So it's not the VA's problem or a government problem, it's all of our problem. So when we see a veteran that needs our help, we must go and support them because we're not doing anything to them, we're just giving back because they already have given to us.